there's a singular incident which went viral on Object TV, which is an online media platform. This Object TV is owned by one Segun Olo. Segun Olo is not new to the task force team. He had at one time or the other intervened on behalf of people that were arrested in the act of committing environmental sanitation offenses and other special offenses for which the task force is established to enforce. And they have all the time informed him that everybody must comply with the law and nobody is above the law, no matter how lowly placed or highly placed. I so much believe because of this sentiment for him not to have his way, he had decided to go online to tarnish the good work of the Lagos State Task Force on Environmental Sanitation and Special Offences Enforcement Unit by posting out videos indicating that some of the task force personnel are collecting money, which have directed a full-scale investigation into and found out that it's not correct, it's far from the truth, and it's malicious in all righteousness. And we want all news outfits, not only the online media, equally some of our colleagues here to know that such a publication is malicious in its own entirety. And members of the public should equally, from this press conference, know that what Object TV have sent out is nothing but misdirecting the mind of the public and misinforming the public, and equally malicious intention to deliberately cause aspersion on the good name of the tax force, because none of them were found to have been collecting money now or in the past. And I want to state further that the Lagos State Police Command wish to brief members of the media and the general public on the circumstance surrounding the incident at Ikorodu Access, which was mentioned earlier on, which resulted in the viral video involving operative of Lagos State Security Task Force. Precisely at about 06:30 hours of 13th of March 2026, that's on Friday, officers of the task force were on routine, what we call the driving against traffic enforcement. People take the delight because of maybe some traffic hold up in one area of Lagos State, choose on their own to drive against traffic in another area. So they go there to ensure that people comply with this traffic regulation. So they are on this routine enforcement inward mile 12 when a vehicle was intercepted by the operative of the Safer Highway Patrol of the Lagos State Police Command. The driver of the vehicle was intercepted when he was trying to make a wrongful turn against the traffic, in violation of traffic regulations of Lagos State. In an attempt to evade arrest, the driver reversed his vehicle and ran into an oncoming commercial minibus that was going on his own direction, thereby damaging the bus and endangering the lives of those who are inside the bus, and equally the lives of police officers that work with the Safer Highway Patrol of the Lagos State Police Command, and including those of the task force team. This is a clear violation of the law. The Safer Highway Patrol subsequently handed over the driver and the vehicle to the Lagos State Task Force officer for further investigation and prosecution. The damaged minibus was equally towed to the task force office in Oshodi, while the suspect, who is now the offender in the matter, was taken to Alausa. His vehicle was taken to Alausa for further investigation and for proper custody. During obstructed traffic, causing gridlock and putting a lot of other well-meaning Lagosian and equally other people going to their means of livelihood into temporary blockage without being able to proceed to where they are going. The gridlock along this corridor paralyzed traffic and other commercial activities in the area. The personnel attached to the task force, because the personnel of the task force are not essential, they are not all police officers. We equally have some that were equally trained that constitute the component of the task force. This other component of the task force and the police officer attached to the task force apply minimum force to remove the driver of the vehicle, whose name is Lateef Adeyemo, off the road. It was removed off the road, and normalcy was restored to traffic, and people were now going through their normal businesses. Preliminary investigation further indicates that the suspect, that's Lateef Adeyemo, instigated other bystanders, leading to attempted mob actions on the personnel of the task force and the other personnel of the civil highway that are police officers, because the bystanders started throwing stones and pebbles and other dangerous objects on the police personnel. The viral video currently on circulation was recorded by the suspect himself when they were taking him away, obliterating and obstructing the fact of the issue, as if he has not committed any offense in this regard. It was in the process of taking him to Alausa, outside the scene where he has committed the crime that he did the recording. And this does not capture the full content of the offense that he has committed. Subsequently, the suspect Lateef Adeyemo was taken before a mobile court in Oshodi, and 4 offenses which were clearly spelled out according to the act establishing the task force were preferred against him in the mobile court, which is 1, conduct likely to cause breach of the peace; 2nd, driving in a wrong direction prohibited by law of Lagos State; 3rdly, obstruction of public officers in the discharge of their official duties; then 4th, malicious damage to other person's property by ramming into the bus of another person constitutes what we call malicious damage. So it was taken before the mobile court, and it was listened to, it was heard. The prosecution officer too were heard. He was granted bail after the hearing, but he couldn't meet the bail condition, and that is why he was remanded to prison custody until when the bail conditions are met. So it is not correct for the social media, whether influential or whatsoever that he called himself, to have portrayed the task force in bad light, that they took the person that is subject of this briefing to Kirikiri prison custody. No, police don't take people to prison custody. Our responsibility is to charge people to court or arraign them in court, whichever one is applicable in this regard. The court will listen, because police action terminates where matters are taken to court. It is in the discretion of the court to remand the person to prison custody, or to grant the person bail, or to discharge the person in the circumstances that the judge or the magistrate or the presiding officer feel is appropriate. So, for clarity, Part 3, Schedule 1, Item 27 of the Lagos State Road Traffic Law and Regulation 2018 prohibits driving against traffic or neglecting lawful traffic direction, an offense punishable upon conviction with 1 year imprisonment or forfeiture of vehicles to the state government. The command therefore wishes to urge motorists and other members of the public and the general road user to always obey traffic regulation and cooperate with the law enforcement officers in the discharge of their duty. Not only cooperating with them, we encourage people to equally respect the police officer in the enforcement of the law. Because if we are largely not law abiding, it will not allow us to have orderliness in the society, and will not allow us to have progress in anything we do. The public is still also advised to refrain from circulating misleading narratives capable of causing misunderstanding, or, like I said earlier on, casting aspersion on the good work of this task force. Mind you, it's not only the Lagos State task force on environmental sanitation and special offences that are there. We equally have the RRS, which the commander is there with us. We have the Lamata that are enforcing the BRT restrictions. We equally have, we all know the LOMA equally that have to do with removing waste and all that. And so all of these organs of state government as enabling law that guide their operation and their activities. So we want Lagosian to continue to be law abiding, but to impress it on others who might want to attempt to break the law, that the consequences is going to be there. The full way of the law will be applied, or anyone or any individual that attempted to break the law or violate traffic rule and regulation in Lagos. Lagos, with these huge populations and with the huge vehicular volume of movement from the mainland to the island, needed people who are law abiding to transit on the route on daily basis. So we should exercise extreme caution when we approach area where we are restricted not to follow. We shouldn't at all follow the BRT corridor, which is meant for the BRT buses. This to ensure that people get to work on time, and those that they are conveying are equally on time with what they are doing. So if we do this, we'll not only be helping ourselves, we'll equally be helping the Lagos State government in ensuring that the huge investment of the state government that is devoted to the commercial activities and movement of people on day-to-day basis gets to where it is intended. So I want to let you know that the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, which is Lamata, I think I mentioned them, they are responsible for the regulation and enforcement of activities of the BRT corridor across Lagos State. We equally have the Lagos State Task Force Agreement, which is mandated to enforce traffic laws also and regulation across the state. We have the Rapid Response Squad, the RRS, which handle rapid response to crime emergency and other distresses that may come calling across the state. They are engaging in feasibility patrol, vehicular patrol, and the monitoring of ensuring that security everyone is secure in Lagos. Then lastly, we have the Eco Strike Force, which is the junior of all in terms of formation. And today they are a force to reckon with. On day-to-day activity of the operation, they complement the operation and activities of the Rapid Response Squad. They are responsible for crisis intervention, tactical response, and the escalate violent situation throughout Lagos State. So the Lagos State Police Command, I want to keep on assuring you, remain committed to ensuring that the security and safety of everyone in Lagos, both visitors and residents alike, and equally that we continue to do our best in crime prevention and control, and also ensure that we promptly detect those crimes that couldn't be prevented, to serve as a deterrent to who will be criminals, and to, above all, ensure orderliness, law enforcement, and ensure that people, as they go about their lawful business and other activities, will remove the fear of crime from their mind, because the fear of crime is worse than the crime itself. And we are not doing badly at all. Quite significant of the population of Lagos State have been appreciating what the Lagos State Police Command is doing in this regard, with the support of Mr. Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, for providing us the wherewithal to ensure that we are on top of our game in ensuring security and safety in Lagos.